We are here more than 12,000 people. We are not working. We were there, we was working outside. So now we don't working. Tell him he must take people and fix that job. He must start working there now because we are not working. So he said he want fixing his country. Tell him he start now fixing because we are here already. And let me tell my fellow brothers, African people, please, let's go. Let's leave South Africa alone.
But now you go to a school and the class is full of illegal children because government said that illegal children, they can register with no documents.
I am looking for qualified machinists. Yes, we had foreigners, but we're seeing what's happening in the media. So we asked the foreigners to stay away because we don't know what's going to happen going forward.
If they are not safe in South Africa, they must caution them to go and hop to the next country or come back home. Don't caution them to stay here.
But now you go to a school and the class is full of illegal children because government said that illegal children, they can register with no documents. While my child as a South African can be registered without a proof of address. If I don't have a proof of address, the document can't be uploaded. The application cannot go through. But a foreign national child can be registered without a birth certificate. Does that make sense?
I am looking for qualified machinists. Yes, we had foreigners, but we're seeing what's happening in the media. So we asked the foreigners to stay away because we don't know what's going to happen going forward. We really don't know. We need to. So if you can supply me with good machinists to keep my business running, like you'll say, there are people out of job, we are prepared to employ them. No, they just have to come to the door and we look at what their criteria is. And we take them as per their qualification in their jobs. They don't have to apply via this kind of field. We don't need application. They just come in here and we take them on and we look at what they can do and what they can't do. We put them on the machine, we give them 3 hours and to see first of all they can handle the machine, and if they can handle the machine, what they can do for us.
What kind of work do you guys do?
We do manufacturing of garments. Yes. So we need operators like safety operators, overlockers, flat machine, double needle, fitting zips, closing zips, fitting collar.
And
Yeah.
human rights?
6B Court Lane, Berylem. That will depend on the operator and yeah. See, let me explain you how I operate. If you are an operator and you are productive, quality and production, and you are working and you're not being, yes, we are here, we show you the job, we give you time, but can I pay two of you all at the same rate? So that is why to give a fee is very difficult. Well, hopefully we can progress with our local people if they can work with us.
We are here more than 12,000 people. We are not working. We were there, we was working outside. So now we don't working. Tell him he must take people and fix that job. He must start working there now because we are not working. So he said he want fixing his country. Tell him he start now fixing because we are here already. And let me tell my fellow brothers, African people, please, let's go. Let's leave South Africa alone because they said they want fixing a country. They don't know maybe fixing their country this way. So when we leave this country, they're gonna know how painful the people traveling from another country to searching better life, not enjoying life. Because we are here searching better life. So when he said we want to fix the country, let them fix. After 2-3 years ago, they will see what will happen to this country. Right now, there is company there closing because it was working. But still, there's no work. So let them completely fixing it. Thank you. We're going.
If they are not safe in South Africa, they must caution them to go and hop to the next country or come back home. Don't caution them to stay here. We don't want your citizens anymore.
Now, if you've been following the show, then you already know about the xenophobic attacks in South Africa. We've covered it multiple times, and I will drop some links in the description box in case you want to revisit those episodes for better context. But I do want to give you the current temperature because, yes, things have escalated significantly since we last spoke about this. There's a movement in South Africa called March and March. It started in KwaZulu-Natal, and it has been holding protests across the country, calling for undocumented foreigners to leave. And they've set a deadline. Yes.
That the 30th of June date that we have given for the illegal foreign nationals to vacate the country, and they take it as just another shutdown that they've seen many. So for us it seems like it's a government that doesn't take South Africans seriously. South Africans are saying they have it enough with illegal foreign nationals and they want them removed from this country. That's basically what the South Africans are saying.
June 30th, 2026. That is 5 weeks away. March and March has threatened to shut down the country if the government does not present a clear action plan by that date. Now, the South African government called an urgent high-level meeting at the union buildings to respond. Ministers went in, leaders of the movement came out, and the movement's leader said he had little confidence in the outcome and that no clear action plan had been presented. And so the deadline stands. Now, South Africa's government has rejected all claims of xenophobia, consistently framing the demonstrations as legitimate constitutional activities rather than targeted campaigns of hate.
Even in the meeting, that we do have an immigration problem, illegal immigration problem, with the movement of people coming into our country. And we know the challenges that it brings. It brings illicit goods, it brings with it the trafficking of people and all manner of things. And what we should be saying is that we therefore don't need to divide the country as if there are those who stand for illegal migration and there are those who are for illegal immigration. We all as a country stand united against illegal immigration.
It's important, Honorable Malema, that as we debate, we should play the ball and not the man. Now, you spend a considerable amount of time playing me, the man. What is important in building this country is to play the ball of development. You spend a lot of time talking about how the National Union of Mine Workers was formed. I would like you to read some books, but more importantly, I would like you to spend time to talk to people like Gwede Mantashe, who was a miner, who was one of the first members of the National Union of Mine Workers. I would like you to speak to people like James Mutlatsi, who was the president of the National Union of Mine Workers. It's a pity that Elijah Bahai, a stalwart in our struggle in the African National Congress, has passed on. I would like you to speak to people like Salai Salai, who is in Lesotho. I'd like you to speak to people like Director Matala. I'd like you to speak to many members of the NUM who on the 2nd of December 1982 got together in Klerksdorp to form the National Union of Mine Workers. And as they formed that union, they said, we are building a shield and a spear that is going to improve the lives of mine workers. And they did exactly that.
We have read, and will never argue with you when you say we must read more books about NUM. Reading is a very nice thing to do. There are many books that we have read in relation to the formation of NUM. And we want to state very clear here that you read and called names of individuals who formed the NUM, which we say it was a project of the Oppenheimers. These individuals are all flourishing, with you being a billionaire, yet the mine workers' conditions continue to be worse. How do you form a union to go and save the workers, but the people who formed the union themselves are the ones who are succeeding, yet the mine workers are struggling? Mine workers in South Africa constitute to be the most exploited section of the working class in South Africa. Mine workers continue to be the most underpaid workers in South Africa compared to the amount of wealth they extract from beneath our soil. Mine workers continue to stay in horrible conditions and informal settlement without water, roads, toilets, and without basic necessities. Mine workers continue to be the biggest victims of loan sharks, and with the biggest loan shark being Capitec. Mine workers continue to perish in occupational accidents. Solomon Nyerenda, Yvonne Mniz, and Priti Winnie Nkambule are still trapped inside a container in Lily Mine after the accident that happened in 2016, 8 years ago. Mine workers continue to live in communities defined by high levels of crime. In Marikana 12 years ago, you as a director and a shareholder of London Mine, you did not take the side of the workers. You called for concomitant action, and 34 workers were massacred by the ANC government in Marikana. If you formed the union for these workers, why is the conditions remaining the way they are? The union was formed to suppress those workers. The conditions of mine workers in South Africa is applicable to many other categories of workers in South Africa. A lot of workers in South Africa live in absolute poverty, and there is no hope that their condition will change under GANU. If the history and fiction that you tell about the NUM and mine workers is anything to believe, why are mine workers still trapped in the condition they find themselves in today? Mr. President, it is almost a year since you went to Hammanskraal in June 2023 to admit to the people that you failed them after 31 people died after the cholera outbreak. To this day, the people of Hammanskraal still do not have clean, drinkable water. How can the president go into a place and find a crisis, and when he comes out of that place, the crisis remains? It doesn't only remain, it becomes worse.